reiterates federal government stance on Heda's planned suit against South governors. The Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, has maintained that the APA's government is supporting moves by herdsmen to sue Southern governors over the anti-open grazing bill they recently signed into law based on the Nigerian constitution. Malami stated this on Wednesday while feeding questions from State House correspondent at the end of the virtual Federal Executive Council (FEC) meeting presided over by President Muhammadu Buhari at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Well, on the issue of farmers' headers clashes, no position was taken by the Office of the Attorney General outside the scope of constitutional provision. The position of the Office of the Attorney General is about freedom and liberty of movements, amongst others. And what the Office of the Attorney General has simply succeeded in doing is making a reference to relevant constitutional provision and establish a position that each and every Nigerian is entitled to freedom of movement, simply CETA. So the issue is whether that freedom of movement is constitutional guaranteed or it's not. And my answer to it is the freedom of movement is indeed constitutionally guaranteed. Crisis between farmers and herders across various parts of Nigeria has become a recurring issue. Hence pro-anti-open grazing discourse cropping up. Oh goodness, this Attorney General of the Federation, I think this man is a cow himself. Just imagine. So he has nothing to do with his time than following headers up and down. So now they are telling us that they are going to sue the southern governors for banning open grazing in the south. So now who is now going to sue Isba for banning alcohol that people drinks willingly in the north? These people are crazy, if you ask me. It's not as if they force anybody to drink alcohol. They drink it willingly. So you banning it because you don't want to drink it, then what will we call that one? Is that one not oppression? Well, you Attorney General of the Federation that does not know your work, you were the same person who was telling us that the law of the North is different from that of the South. So how can you come out with your so-called face to come and tell us this rubbish you are saying now that you are going to support it? Then do whatever you want to do. Freedom of movement is allowed. Does not mean that you have to use your animals to constitute nuisance around where and make your own livelihood a issue of discomfort to someone else. This is wrong. So how can, if you want to patrol with your animals, do it in the forest. Will you leave the forest and try and go into people's farms and use your animals to destroy people's farms? And when they talk, you use AK-47 or you use cutlass or you use your so-called dagger and stab them to death or kill them, or you rape the women, or you maim them, do whatever you want to do to them in the bushes and dump their body in their farms. Then you destroy their crops and walk away with your cows. This is wrong. And this stupid so-called Attorney General of the Federation that does not even know his left from his right, does not even know what his job stand for, is now telling us that he's going to support the suit. He should do his worst. So it is now that they want to tell us what the constitution is all about, right? So since all this while, when Fulani herdsmen were busy killing people and raping innocent women, our mothers, our sisters, so on and so forth in the farms, they didn't do anything about it. Then Nigeria constitution was not functioning or working. So now that the southern governors have joined hands together to ban open grazing in the south, it is now you want to come and use constitution nonsense on them, right? I dare you to do your worst and do whatever you want to do. You people have the right to implement whatever laws you want to implement in the north, but you're not telling us, the southerners, that we don't have any rights to implement any kind of any kind of laws we want to implement in our own South? Is that what these people are trying to tell us? Then how can we clamor for one Nigerian when some people are being treated like garbage and some people are being given VIP treatment? This is really, really wrong, and I think the president needs to address this issue, or rather talk to his so-called Attorney General of Federation, because he gave him that title, so he should be the one to do something about this immediately, or else what these people are starting is something that they cannot finish. Freedom of movement is limited to humans, not animals. Oh, the law that is arresting stray dogs is still enforced to arrest cows trained into farms. Malami is not serious at all. Malami himself is the one that all those Hausas refers to as Akuya, because that is what the kind of name he deserves. He deserves to be called Akuya number one. Just imagine this nonsense. Ha! These people, freedom of movement is for human being, not for cattle. I, that's why I'm telling you that these people, only God knows how Malami passed law school, let alone getting that position of Attorney General of the Federation, when him himself does not even know the law of humans. These people are really, really getting out of hand and are really, really getting on my nerves. This is tiring, if you ask me. How can they compare human beings with animals? These people are insane. Seriously? That is why the Fenifere was asking the federal government to label these Mieti Allah people as terrorists. Just imagine telling the full southern governors that they are going to sue them for banning open grazing. Just imagine this nonsense. We ban open grazing in the south, we didn't ban it in the north. So you people can go to the north and do whatever you want to do there. You can go and rape your girls, rape your mothers, and maim, do whatever you want to do over, but do it in the north, not in the south. So everything has limits. So even freedom of speech has limits, freedom of movement has limits. You can't be, because you have freedom of movement, you can move. Do you want to kill yourself by even moving late in the night when you were supposed to be in your house sleeping? Just imagine the so-called Attorney General of the Federation. This man is insane. Does he even knows the meaning of movement? Then he should go back to the constitution and check properly, because he does not know what he's saying at all. The National Farmer Association of Nigeria are planning to sue the entire herders to court for destruction of their farm crops over decades. Joined in defense are the AGF Malami, the president of FGN, and the entire Fulani nation. These people, they are looking trouble. They will start something that they cannot finish exactly, because I know these so-called Fulani people trying to sue the southern governors are looking for trouble, and I know they will get it in full force. Or you can go to the comment section and share your take on this article. Thanks for listening.